Hello, friends. How are you this afternoon? You know, I'm always complaining about the world being cold, but I gotta stiffen up here. So I'm taking the first step here, you know, in expressing gratitude to you folks for the relationship that we are forming on this platform. Anyway, I'm just enjoying the time that I'm having here to converse with you. Being unemployed has done a lot for me. It's given me a lot of free time to expand my energy in the things I enjoy doing of creative pursuits. However, nevertheless, I can't keep dipping into my savings. I'm scraping the bottom of the barrel here, and whatever the work is, whatever the job is, I have to go back to work. I mean, right now, I was actually considering applying to McDonald's or this place called Sheets. I don't know if any guys have ever heard of Sheets. It's kind of like a Wawa. I call it shits because when you eat some of their foods and the sauces, your stinks pretty bad. So avoid like some of the burritos or some of the strong sauces. But the steak and fry salad, check that. It's quite fulfilling. I mean, you can have steak and fries anyway. So rather than the carbs, have it with a salad. That's all. I'm just saying. Sorry, OG. I didn't mean to take your word. Anyway, what's going on in the news? You want to hear about the news? I can talk about a lot of things with you folks here. Start with the news. I go on the computer today. Microsoft News says, how much is Burt Young's estate worth? Really? The guy just died. How much of a decent individual he is? How charismatic? How we all remember him as Paulie, but all they see is dollar signs in their mind. Hey, big shout out, congratulations, Barry Manilow and his significant other. They became grandparents. So hey, I'm happy. Hey, way to go, Barry. I'm not gonna make fun of you like the guy in the Breakfast Club who said to the principal, does Barry Manilow know that you raid his wardrobe? Hey, Barry, I don't care what you wear. You do you. I'm glad you're a grandparent, all right? Unemployment, we covered that. Our imaginary, I don't know what that, imaginary what? Imaginary alarm clock? I hear imaginary audiences. Someone on the social platform was talking about how she changed her alarm clock to applauses in the morning to help her get up, for work. Applauses, and as a comedian, I thought about applauses right away, and I thought, what applause? Because I never hear applause. I don't do live comedy. Okay, I don't do the open mic. Get out. I don't do auditions. I don't do bringers anymore. I don't do comedy college anymore. I don't bark anymore. I'm not gonna pay some hustler just for, I kicked over my stand. Hey, like that. No. So that's why I have an imaginary audience. I don't have to hear an audience anymore. I made the audience in my head. And because of that, I was thinking I'd make an imaginary alarm clock. If this lady has applause in them, why can't I have an imaginary alarm clock to wake? There was this guy and he would walk up in the street. It sounded like he was hearing applauses. I think he was schizophrenic, walk around. You gotta make the imaginary. I hear you guys. I left the space for your laughter. Wow. Can you hear? Remember Randall P. McMurphy in One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest? Because Nurse Ratched wouldn't let him put the freaking Yankees game on. So he made an imaginary game. Yeah, and then in the third inning, and he go in the fourth, and then all the patients came walking. And then Nurse Ratched shut that down. What a bitch she was. You want to hear about? Let's talk about bosses. Like, yeah, you know what? There was some talk in social media. That's how bored I am. I go into social media platforms and I get in all kinds of conversations. Now you don't know I have a life. So I go on there and they're talking about micromanagers and how people don't listen to each other anymore. So it just got my mind jogging. And I got to start thinking about some job I had recently, about some of the bosses. I had this boss, he would walk up, he would start talking, he would joke around it, and you would start to answer him, and he would just walk away or he would smile, like he didn't really want to hear what you had to say. He would just, that type of guy. I don't want to get into other things about this guy, but what is the point? The point is I was bringing my old beat up car with the duct tape. It was stuffed with all my stuff, all my personal belongings. I was living in motels. And I was just going to another motel, which is a little cheap. Whatever reason, I was moving to the motel, but I had to go to work. And he comes, hey, what's going on? What's stuff in your car? And I started explaining to him, I just wanted to share my story. You know what he said? How he replies? You're lying. And he just walked away. I remember my last day at work. He didn't remember it was my last day. And he was yelling at me because I took too long a break. But he wasn't the only one. There was another manager there. I told my Sunday, I just wanted to let him know how it was nice working. And he just goes, okay. Yeah. See why I have it come in front of here and make these videos and freaking knock over stands and McDonald's sheets. Now I'm going to go out of order here, but I'm going to miss you guys because I'm going to have to go back to work soon. And I'm not going to have this daily routine where I'm pacing back and forth and doing all kinds of nonsense and going on social media platforms. And I'm going to miss this life, but I'm back, as Eminem says, back to reality. The guy at work, the one who, the one who you're lying, he walked away, the phony. Well, his first name was the same name as another boss that I had in a job who I was doing stand-up comedy at a party, and he thought what I was doing was kind of offensive, and he didn't even give me the light, the 1 minute light. Like he came just grabbed the microphone before I could even walk up the stage or anything, and then he admonished me later, and I was so ashamed that I was like Jim Carrey, the cable guy. I had to swallow my tears, swallowing the lump because I was so ashamed and embarrassed by what I did that I had acted serious around him. Never mentioned the word comedy ever again around him. That's not funny, I know, but you know what? We're getting a little sentimental here. So, hey, folks, thanks for tuning in, and see you soon. I'll let you know when I go back to work.